Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Game Deck. This is a single-player, non-combat cyberpunk RPG. You are a game detective who solves crimes inside virtual worlds by using your wits to gather information from your witnesses and suspects, also get to the bottom of deceptive schemes, save lives and investigate the relationships between virtual worlds and their inhabitants. The game continually adapts to your choices and never judges. Sounds a bit like Disco Elysium, and that is a great thing, although keep in mind that here you will not find any battles and no fighting is available. You will find all the links for the games in the description below. Elex. I think many of you have heard about this game just like many of you have heard about rhinos or whales, but have you ever played with a whale? No, right? So Elex is like a whale. The main difference between them? You can afford to buy Elex. So this is an open-world action role-playing game from the creators of the Gothic series. It is set in a brand new post-apocalyptic science fantasy universe full of original characters, dinosaurs and deep moral choices. Also here you'll have a jetpack, and that is amazing because you can explore not only horizontally but also vertically, and find some nice treasures hidden high up the hills. Diablo and Hellfire DLC. Oh, look at that, the thing that started all this action RPG genre we cannot live without. If you have never played the game, keep in mind that there is an HD mod somewhere on the internet available, and the game looks really modern if you use it. I think it's almost mandatory for everyone who likes games like Path of Exile, who played Diablo 2, and who enjoys Grim Dawn occasionally to beat Diablo and then some other monstrosity in its expansion at least once. You know, only by playing the first Diablo you will realize that somehow, someday, all this beautiful dark and gloomy genre went south and became a fairy airy unicorn rainbow-colored splash of joy for kids. It's a serious game and it aged very well. Not like you and me, my friend. Sadly, we don't have HD mod for our faces and, you know, bodies and oh. Disco Elysium, the final cut. Game doesn't care how dumb you are in real life, because here you can also act dumb and every decision you make matters and changes the narrative around you. There won't be situations where you decide to pick the dumbest answer and still get the same outcome as if you pick the smartest one. It's not Skyrim, you know, where you have 4 answers but only 1 outcome. The one which designer of the game liked the most, not you. Nothing like that will await you in Disco Elysium, where you will play as an alcoholic psycho detective with memory loss. Although, be warned, this game consists mainly of talking, so be sure it's for you. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. Here you'll step into the boots of a ginger girl who will deal with anyone very painfully if you look at her in a funny way. And it seems that most of Horizon Zero population has something against her, so, you know, they all die. This game reminds me of Witcher, but for a younger or, you know, less brutal audience, because it has somewhat similar battle mechanics, open world full of monsters, many dialogues, third-person view and so on, but here you will not find any gore, twisted, creepy quests, splattering blood fountains or boobs. Ginger Girl will never show you what she is hiding. You'll get no love affairs, no hot scenes by the waterfall, just robot dinosaurs and indigenous people. I played like 30 hours of this game 2 years ago on my PlayStation. I had a great time, but I never finished it because I got bored in the end. And now I can't remember even one character in this game, except, of course, the main girl. That's not a good sign, but in general, the world of Horizon Zero and the fight mechanics are great. And this price is more than right. I remember paying €60 for it, and to be fair, I was happy with my purchase. Wasteland 3 Colorado Collection. This version of the game includes both the Battle of Steeltown and Cult of the Holy Detonation expansions, as well as the Colorado Survival Gear bonus items. And the game itself is a wonderful gem for all Fallout, Baldur's Gate and turn-based combat fans. In Wasteland 3 you will travel to the frozen wastes of, you know, Colorado to deal with gangs, cults and psychopathic clowns in an effort to bring stability to the wastes, or, you know, even more chaos and even more psychopathic clowns. Here your decisions really matter, not like in real life. Also, you'll find all the links to the games in the description below. One click and you're there. Colony Ship. Hundreds of years ago, a spaceship with 50,000 colonists was sent from Earth to colonize Proxima Centauri. You, as one of the colonists, will never feel the sun under a blue sky, never hear the wind in the branches of a tree, never swim in the ocean, never eat potato salad in Lithuania, or drink Żywiec beer in Poland, and never eat Zirga Galva in Latvia. And all this happened because you had a misfortune to be born in a ship chained to a fate you didn't didn't choose. But that's not it. You have never seen Earth, but you'll never see Proxima Centauri either. You are doomed to live and die on the ship in the name of the mission, like your father before you, like his father before him. So in Colony Ship you will find a skill-based character system with feats and biological implants. Also you can choose from 12 recruitable party members with different personalities, agendas and beliefs.
Zirga
My Time at Porsche. This is fun and relaxing RPG, a great open-world game with an incredible amount of stuff to do. It's similar to Stardew Valley but has way more depth in it, literally because it is in 3D and figuratively because it's bigger in general. And this is the best game if you just want to relax. Here you arrive in a weird post-apocalyptic new town named Porsche to inherit your father's old building workshop and spend your time restoring it to its former glory. That of course means that you will end up helping out the good townsfolk of Porsche by building everything from water wheels to huge industrial furnaces. It's definitely not a game for a serious RPG lover, but sometimes it's just good to relax. Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition. This is a great deal. For this price you will get the main game and all the DLC, so you will have complete game in one package. Pillars of Eternity is a great game, and if you liked classic Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale games, you probably already tried or at least heard about the game already. Pillars came to life after an unbelievably successful Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, which raised more than $4 million. That is 4 times more than you have face mites now crawling on your face. Yeah, a fun fact you never wanted to know. So become a hero in Pillars of Eternity and save people from a scary phenomenon known as Hollowborn. People are being born without a soul. Everyone is affected except people with particular hair color. The girl from Horizon Zero would be safe. You know, you can't lose what you don't have. Also, you'll find all the links for the games in the description below. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition. This deal must be really interesting for those who never played the game, never finished the game, or played only the base game of Witcher 3, because Game of the Year Edition contains everything that was officially released over the years, including both DLCs, concept art, music tracks, and so on. By the way, Blood and Wine DLC is huge, a 20-hour tale with an enormous separate region, really worth your time and money. Tyranny Gold Edition. This version includes the base game, both DLCs and some other additional content such as soundtrack and pack of portraits. Like the famous Pillars of Eternity, it is created by the narrative masterminds at Obsidian Entertainment. Tyranny is a classic-styled RPG with an original story shaped and molded by your actions. Game looks great, it's really aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and reviews are very positive as well. You have to scroll hard to find any bad ones. And as people say, this game plays just like classic Baldur's Gate, although be prepared to read a lot. It's more like a book than an actual game. You will get your fighting portion as well, but it's a slow-paced game. Make sure you have several hours of free time before you sit down with it. So in general, GOG Summer Sale offers thousands of games discounted up to 90%. It's one of the biggest sales of the year, you know, like in the world, so it's your chance to grab the titles you want for an incredible price. You will find all the links in the description below. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!